Welcome to this explainer. We're jumping right in today because we need to cut through all the noise and talk about why human resources is suddenly sitting at the absolute epicenter of global AI governance risk. For a long time, HR operations probably felt pretty insulated from heavy technical compliance. But wow, the landscape has fundamentally shifted. We're going to strictly focus our lens today on the specific mandates outlined in Chapter 4 of the new regulatory frameworks. This chapter details exactly how the rules of employment decisions are literally being rewritten from the ground up.
Okay, so let's dive into this. You might think those automated resume screening bots are just a fantastic modern convenience, right? I mean, they're saving your team countless hours of manual review. But global regulators, specifically within the Chapter 4 provisions we're unpacking today, now view them as high-risk legal landmines. Think about it. The decisions your HR systems make using artificial intelligence, like who gets a preliminary interview, who gets shortlisted for promotion, or even who gets terminated in some automated performance tracking cases, those aren't just internal operational matters anymore. Actually, regulators explicitly categorize these as high-stakes decisions because they can cause irreversible harm to an individual's livelihood. If an algorithmic miscalculation filters out a highly qualified candidate, you aren't just losing out on great talent. You are potentially denying someone their ability to earn a living, pay their mortgage, and advance their career, all based on hidden, flawed logic.
Here is our roadmap today to help you build a legally defensible AI strategy. First, the epicenter of risk. Second, auditing the hiring machine. Third, the human review illusion. Fourth, the new HR playbook. And finally, shaping the AI culture.
Starting with Section 1, the epicenter of risk.
So under strict new global mandates, commonplace HR tools like automated resume screeners, interview scheduling bots, predictive hiring models, and AI-powered candidate scoring are now explicitly classified as high-risk systems. And Chapter 4 dives really deep into exactly why this is the case. It singles out literally any algorithmic system involved in hiring, promotion, termination, and performance management. Why? Simply because algorithmic decisions in employment can permanently alter a person's life trajectory. That seemingly innocent automated screening tool you use to filter out unqualified applicants, or that predictive model scoring candidates based on digital assessments, yeah, those are no longer operating under the regulatory radar. If your organization is using them, you're operating high-risk AI. And under the Chapter 4 framework, that means you carry a massive, unshiftable burden of proof to demonstrate they are fair, transparent, and safe. You absolutely cannot just buy a software license and assume the compliance is handled for you.
Moving on to Section 2, auditing the hiring machine. Because the stakes are just so incredibly high here, regulators are no longer accepting blind faith in technology. They are demanding rigorous, documented testing of the algorithms. So the crucial point mapped out in Chapter 4 is that HR must conduct or commission independent bias audits every single year. You can't just take a vendor's word that their shiny new AI-powered candidate scoring tool is perfectly calibrated. No way! You have to look at the actual outcomes across protected characteristics like gender, race, age, and disability status. And it doesn't stop at just identifying a potential bias. You have to actively address any disparate impact findings before these tools can continue to be deployed. This has massive implications for your entire business structure. It means you need to go back to your procurement teams right now and ensure your vendor contracts legally mandate audit rights and require vendors to assist in these bias testing obligations. Ultimately, the regulatory hammer falls on you, the deployer, to prove the machine is making fair decisions.
Which brings us to Section 3, the human review illusion. Chapter 4 extensively warns against one of the most frequent and, frankly, most dangerous traps HR teams fall into: the illusion of human review. There is a massive difference between the illusion of oversight and actual meaningful review. The illusion? Well, that's the recruiter who receives a perfectly formatted, ranked list of candidates from an algorithm and just blindly clicks approve to hit their daily quota. They aren't independently evaluating those candidates at all. They're literally just rubber stamping the machine's hidden math. And trust me, regulators will see right through this. Meaningful human review requires a complete redesign of your decision workflows. Your human reviewers must have full access to the underlying data that informed the AI's decision. They must be thoroughly trained to critically evaluate AI recommendations, spotting anomalies or unfair patterns. And most importantly, they absolutely must be given sufficient time to actually conduct the review and possess the real documented authority to override the machine without facing any internal pushback for, slowing down the hiring pipeline.
Let's look at Section 4, the new HR playbook. Here is the unvarnished truth for HR executives, straight from the Chapter 4 mandates. AI used in employment decisions must be transparent, auditable and subject to genuine human oversight, or it must not be used at all. There is no middle ground anymore. You can't just passively adopt a new scheduling bot or screening algorithm just because some vendor promised a 30% increase in workflow efficiency. If a tool cannot be independently audited, if its decision-making parameters can't be clearly explained to a regulator or a rejected candidate, and if it cannot be subjected to genuine human oversight, it has absolutely no place in your HR tech stack. Now, taking a tool offline entirely might seem like a drastic operational setback, but Chapter 4 makes it crystal clear that the legal liability, the potential for massive fines, and the sheer regulatory scrutiny of running unverified algorithms far outweigh the short-term conveniences of automation.
So how do we actually get there? Well, here is your immediate, structured playbook based on these new requirements. Step 1. You've got to draft a dedicated AI use policy strictly for HR tools. This policy must define exactly which tools are approved, what specific tasks they are allowed to perform, and under what conditions. Step 2. Establish a strict annual cycle of AI system audits, covering all tools used in employment decisions, and formally share those results with senior leadership. Step 3. Mandate role-specific AI training. Every single employee who interacts with these tools needs to deeply understand the system's limits and their personal obligations to oversee it. And finally, Step 4, establish clear, documented appeal processes. This one is vital. Employees and applicants must be informed of their right to request human review. They need clear, plain language pathways to appeal AI-influenced outcomes. You really have to build a system where raising a flag about an automated decision is a standardized process, not some uphill battle.
And finally, Section 5, shaping the AI culture.
Beyond the strict legal requirements of Chapter 4, HR plays a pivotal cultural role here. The way an organization treats its own people with respect to artificial intelligence sets the operational standard for the entire enterprise. By ensuring fairness, transparency, and dignity in your automated HR processes, you aren't just checking a compliance box to avoid a regulatory fine. You're actually making a powerful, highly visible statement of organizational values. This approach deeply impacts talent attraction and retention. Think about it from the candidate's perspective for a second. The best talent in the market is always going to gravitate toward organizations where they know their skills are being evaluated fairly, where they understand how decisions are made, and where they explicitly have the right to genuine human review. Building this transparent infrastructure creates a foundation of enduring organizational trust. It tells your workforce that while you leverage cutting-edge technology, human dignity and human potential will always remain the ultimate driver of your business.
Before you log off this explainer, ask yourself this absolutely critical question. Are you letting algorithms define your workplace, or are you taking the wheel? HR's leadership in AI governance is no longer optional. It requires deliberate, structured action to ensure that AI serves to elevate your workforce rather than diminish it through unchecked automation and rubber stamping. Thank you so much for joining me for this deep dive in the HR's role in the new AI regulatory frontier. Start building that playbook today. Apply the Chapter 4 framework to your own processes and make sure your team is actively and safely steering your organization's future.